Alrighty, what's up, y'all? I'm out here about to die driving in this smog because Canada, not blaming Canada, it's just that's where the smoke coming from. And I think some from Minnesota. Either way, it ain't shit burning in Michigan and we all choking to death. And this is very not smart to be riding at this, by the way. Anyway, bike life stuff. Let's talk about, my throat's dry because I got smoke in it. Let's talk about rider evolution. I'm not talking about the sport as a whole. I'm not talking about the skills of riders improving over the years in general throughout the genre of all forms of motorcycle riding. I'm talking about you. Have you ever just looked back at yourself and been like, damn, I've come a long way. I did this. This talk was coming up because I was stuck behind some slow boys 5 minutes ago, and I'm stuck behind this fucking Jeep right now. I really want to burn through these corners, curves, slight curves. They're not super drastic, but back in the day, 7 years ago or so, probably about 3 or 4 years into how long have I been riding? What year is this? 14 years? Damn. Not bad for an old dude. Anyway, back when I first started, I definitely wouldn't be doing this, riding one-handed at all. I definitely wouldn't be doing half the things that I do today because I was terrified. I was scared. And now I'm like, yo, I wish people would get out of my way so I could burn through these corners. Not to say that I'm riding and I'm bored. I'm never bored when I'm riding. It's just that sometimes the excitement factor gets kicked up a notch when you know you can handle a corner. And especially now that I compare my riding skills that I have today to my riding skills that I had back then, because these corners and curves and twists and turns, especially up out of water that I just came from West Bloomfield, used to be like I would see the corner coming up. I had ridden the corner maybe 30 times, well over a dozen, over the years riding around with my boys, and I would get to those corners and I would be like, yo, let me slow down real quick because my reflexes, my brain, my nervous system can't take this. I'm amped up, I'm too hyped. Just like I was talking about in my last video, I was tense. Now when I'm getting to that little curve, I'm like, yo, 35 miles an hour, shit. I could take this at a good 50, 55, and it's a pretty nice corner. And I rarely think about that because sometimes you just forget, when people say when you get rich, I ain't rich, but I'm saying you forget where you came from. But no, I don't want to forget where I came from in terms of appreciating my current skills. I'm not the best rider on the planet. I say on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm a 5 and a half maybe. I would say the Moto Gymkhana boys, real stunt riders who can, God, it's not smart to be riding this crap. Real stunt riders who can flip and twist and turn their bikes and back them in and all that stuff. MotoGP, y'all say MotoGP? And that's MotoGP, Moto Gymkhana. Those are like the 10s, right? Because those are all different genres of bike, but they can manipulate their bike in ways that I cannot. Gymkhana boys can turn on a dime, a penny, whatever the smallest radius you can. But stunt riders can make the bike stand up backwards, flip around, and they can control the bikes. MotoGP riders have, the reflexes of the gods, their own ultra instinct. And then there's a varying gamut of those below them. But I am way above, and I'm not trying to sound cocky, way above most general riders and most obviously new riders, right? There's some new riders who just got that natural born talent, skill, whatever, flow, ease. They're relaxed and they can ride a motorcycle like nobody's business. Didn't start on a dirt bike, didn't do none of that, just got on the bike and started going. I was maybe 60% of that. I got good, I really loved motorcycles. I got on motorcycles and I started taking classes and I started pushing my limits more. And I used to attempts to keep up with my buddies. But normally for me, I'm not the group think guy. I'm not the peer pressure guy, so it was real easy for me to switch that off real quick. My dudes would leave me and I'd be like, I'll catch y'all. I'll catch y'all at the stoplight, at the stop sign. I'll catch y'all at the next stop because we always had our rides pre-planned. And almost turned right. Wasn't supposed to go that way. And I would just be like, keep that testosterone, keep that competitive male nature. Not always males, but I'm a male, so that's what I'm talking about. Keep that nature under wraps because I ain't trying to get dead. I've known people who have gotten in motorcycle accidents. I've heard of people who got motorcycle accidents. My nephew, not him, but his friend, passed away. Very, very new rider trying to keep up with some fast boys on some corners. And unfortunately for him, he perished in it's a bad deal because he never got to fully enjoy being a rider because he was, driving well beyond his skill. And now that I have certain skills, and it's not like, you're the best driver ever. It's just like when you start riding or driving a car, right? Talked about this before. You know, you're nervous, you're tense, you're riding around. You know, you got to check your mirrors, 10 and 2. Now they say whatever position is more relaxed for your arms, which is a good thing. And then you check your side view, you check your rear view mirror, you're looking at the corners, you're looking at the turns, you got to look for the stop signs, you got to look for the yield, you got to pay attention to the yellow lights, don't blow through. Oh, it's coordination. And on a motorcycle, you got to do all those same things, left, right. You know, you don't have a rear view mirror, but you got to coordinate your feet, your hands, you know, between clutching and braking and all this jazz. You got to pay attention for other people who are driving, who are not paying attention for you. You got to look around. Now I'm just, you know, it's second nature. Just like when you first started reversing in or parallel parking, now you just do it if you can drive. Some people still can't drive, but now you just do it. So sometimes I get on my motorcycle and I just do. Beginning of the season, I'm usually pretty, you know, tense, paranoid, nervous, anxious. I got to get those non-riding jitters out of my body, and this last year was a little bit more impactful because all the grief I've been facing, and I've been in this, you know, brain fog that I like to call it, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I wasn't comfortable. And now I'm just like, I'll be trying to go, not in a dangerous way, you know, I'm trying to get to and maintain my skills at a peak performance level. For me, I haven't been a track rider. I've never done a track day. That's a whole different set of skills. But on the road, on the street, when I'm doing my slow speed stuff, I've not done any practice a lot this year. But I'm like, I'm pretty impressive for an average, you know, rider. I'm not a true, I've talked about the weekend warrior thing. I ride as much as possible. I don't ride as much during the week. I don't ride my bike to work. I don't commute anymore just because I try to be a responsible parent to my dogs. Because, you know, if I get out on my bike and I'm going to fuck around, I'm going to take the long way home. It's, you know, my dog's been in the house all day for 10 hours, you know, 11 hours. I got to work 10-hour shifts. You try to hold a poop for 10 hours and then be mad when somebody mad at you because you pooped on something. You'll be like, bitch, what else am I supposed to do? So to keep from being a truant and getting home on time, I stopped riding my bike to work so much. But on the weekends and then after work, I'm a ridey boy. I be out, be doing stuff. I practice. I do my one-handed stuff that I've been, you know, touting about recently. I've taken multiple classes and courses, which I'll continue to do. But sometimes, as a rider, you got to look at yourself. Have you improved? Have you not? Are you willing to improve? Do you care? I think you should, but that's my opinion. Do you ever look back and go, damn, I did pretty good, or I'm doing pretty good, or I need to do better? Just a question. Just something to yap about on the tubes. And yeah, enough of that. Catch you guys later. I'm out.